An internet-addicted girl helped her brother forge a diploma from a top university, successfully helping her brother who failed college entrance for 4 years, to become a tutor for a wealthy family. The lady of the house asked to audit one lesson to test his ability. The brother agreed without hesitation. Little did he know while teaching, he suddenly grabbed the girl's wrist, then calmly said to her, "The most important thing in college entrance exam is confidence and mindset. Your pulse is so irregular. How will you face your exam in this state?" The lady was instantly amazed. He could tutor while caring for her daughter's mental state. She immediately decided to hire him, but she never expected this decision would turn her household upside down. Out of fondness for the tutor, she chatted casually with him before he left. She said although her young son had exceptional talent in painting, but due to his mischievous nature, they had hired over 10 art teachers. None of them could handle the job. Listening to the lady's complaints, the brother suddenly came up with an idea. He said he just thought of a friend who was not only an art school graduate, but also skilled at developing children's artistic talent. The lady was very curious and agreed to an interview right away, but she could never have guessed the talented graduate he mentioned wasn't someone else, but his internet-addicted sister. The sister was quite experienced, not only saying she had no habit of parents sitting in, but also made her anxiously wait in the living room. With just a few simple words, she had the boy completely under control. The lady was terrified, but even more shocking was what the girl said next. "What happened when your son was 6 years old?" "Something did happen when my son was 6. He claimed he saw a ghost." Although his mother found it hard to believe, the incident left a psychological scar on him. But how could the sister know all about this? She had studied some art psychology online beforehand, and through conversations with the boy, she figured out the son's psychological issues. But it was this little trick that completely won over the lady of the house. She even let the sister set her own salary, but just then the master of the house returned, thinking he would see through it. Unexpectedly, he just politely greeted her, and asked the driver to take the sister home. But halfway through the journey, the sister started plotting against the driver. As it turned out, her father was also an experienced driver, who could perfectly handle this job. When the driver wasn't paying attention, she secretly hid a piece of fabric in the car. The next day when the master bent down to pick up some documents, he indeed found this item. How disgusted and nauseated he felt at that moment. The outcome was predictable. The driver was fired by the boss that day. Little did they know this was all within the sister's expectations. While chatting with the lady of the house, she began introducing her father as a driver, and for this interview, her father had prepared thoroughly. He not only familiarized himself with the car's functions at the dealership, but also knew when the master wanted quiet. He thoughtfully turned off the navigation voice, though the boss said it wasn't a test. He was holding a cup of coffee, and the father lived up to expectations. On this winding and steep road, not a single drop of coffee was spilled. And so, father successfully became the driver. But now the only one without a job was mother. So they set their sights on the housekeeper without hesitation. However, getting rid of her wasn't as simple as with the driver, because this housekeeper not only had rich work experience, but her personality was also impeccable. It seemed that to force her out, they would need to try something more drastic.